Welcome to the Carl Jackson Show. This is your daily dose of objective truth in a world of confusion and lies. Guys, there is, listen, it's okay to be offended by the Kamala Harris campaign. As a matter of fact, you should be offended by the Kamala Harris campaign. The debate is tomorrow, possibly the only debate. Here's what I suspect. I believe that tomorrow's debate between Trump and between Kamala Harris will be the only debate that occurs. And here's the reason why I say that. I think if Kamala Harris technically wins, which I think that's going to be difficult for her to do, then there's no way she would debate Trump again. The media sycophants would all kiss her butt and make her, the greatest thing since sliced bread again, or try to make her the greatest thing since sliced bread. We'll talk about that because that's starting to cave. All right, big time. I think I'll actually give you some polls from Political. And honestly, it is, they are trying to make, I don't wine out of like dirty bath water. So anyway, but we'll go through those polls. But I do believe this will be Kamala Harris's only debate. If she gets destroyed by President Trump in the debate, which is more likely than not. However, I have to be careful because you never know. All she needs is some great sound bites. That's all she's going to be going for tomorrow. We'll talk about that as well. And who knows what it might do for those people that are in the middle. I can't believe that there are people that are in the middle when it comes to this campaign. But the issue is, it isn't just about policy. Unfortunately, it's about emotion. Unfortunately, it's about likability and favorability. I know what you're saying, Carl. I don't give a crap about that stuff. The world is on fire. America is on fire. I get it. I feel the same way. But unfortunately, there are some voters out there that are low info voters. Nice people, I'm sure, many of them. But that don't really pay attention to politics. I don't mean to call them stupid. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just not their thing until it's time to vote. And unfortunately, if you're one of those people that waits this long to become informed, then more than likely you're not really informed. But if Kamala Harris technically wins, there's no way she'll debate again. If she loses, there's no way she'll debate again, because she could say that she won, or she would have gotten beaten down so bad she's not gonna subject herself to the pain anymore. By the way, today's show is brought to you in part by MyPillow.com. You've asked, and MyPillow listen. They're finally bringing you the most requested offer ever. Right now, you can get the queen size premium MyPillow for just $19.98. MyPillow is made with a patented adjustable feel. It adjusts to your exact individual needs regardless of your sleep position. It helps keep your neck aligned and holds its shape all night long, so you get the best sleep of your life. I think it's important to read this now because I'm hoping after tomorrow night, we'll be able to rest easy. I know that isn't necessary. I shouldn't even say that. But we'll be able to rest easier if Trump kicks some booty at the debate. All right. But that's not all. Let me get back to the ad. You can get their 6-piece kitchen or bath towel sets for just $25, the brand new mattress topper for as low as $69.98, and their famous My Pillow bed sheets for as low as $25, and so much more. Go to MyPillow.com or give them a call at 800-858-0263. You can use promo code Carl to get huge discounts on all MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow for just $19.98. That's the lowest price ever. Don't delay. Order today. Use promo code Carl for checkout. All right, so guys, here's what I want to go over. I'm going to go over a buttload of a material when it comes to, I'll go through it as quickly as I can when it comes to Kamala Harris. Byron York at the Washington Examiner had a fantastic piece today titled, "Remember when Democrats and everybody else thought Kamala Harris was a bad vice president?" So we'll go over some of the things that the New York Times and the major left-wing rags were saying about Kamala Harris a year ago and several months ago, as recently as several months ago. And now she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I think it's important for us to remember that. And if you would, please share this podcast with your friends, with your neighbors, with your family members. I would appreciate that. I'm on all things social media at The Carl Jackson Show. You can follow me on, also you can subscribe to the podcast, The Carl Jackson Show. And I've been forgetting, guys, I got some shirts out there. You see that? Skin ain't sin. All right. Man looks at the outward appearance or I'm sorry. Yeah. Man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. Skin ain't sin. That's the message behind that. So you can order that Carl Jackson merch at itemorder.com. Is that right? Yeah. Carl Jackson merch at itemorder.com. More t-shirts there for you as well for you to check out, but Skin Ain't Sin is one of them. Love guns, hate tyranny. I had a non-binary t-shirt made just before that food dropped out, so that kind of upsets me. But there's others. There's also the Real Rainbow T-shirt, so check that out as well. All right, so we'll get to this article with Byron York. I want to get to some polling with Politico. I'll re-emphasize the debate rules. I mentioned those in an earlier podcast, but in case you've missed them, it's going to be important to know. And I want you to understand what Kamala Harris is going to be up to. I'm going to play this, or not play this, I'm sorry. But I have this political story. These political, or this political poll or polling that I would like to share with you so that you understand what's going on. And I'm going to show you the spin within those polls from Politico. But before I do all of that, I do want to go to some video. So, Gabe, if your finger is on the trigger. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be doing a short podcast on, I know this is going to be confrontational, but you can look forward to that at some point this week. Things have just been really crazy on a personal level. Just to be open and transparent with you guys this month with family things, my dad passing and more, frankly. So it's been kind of a tough month, but we'll get through it. And I'm behind on some of the stories. I'm just being honest with you. But I've been thinking about this, the murderer in Georgia, and I want to talk about that because I'm not as convinced as many people are that his dad should be going to prison. At first, I was like, throw him away, lock away the key. Very stupid, and I think he did a very stupid thing. But I do want to make a counter argument for it because I think that the audience, I think you guys deserve to hear a counter argument. Now, I could be wrong. I am going to do more reading. I'm looking for a few key details in the investigation, or at least the reporting, that maybe I've missed. And if I've missed those details, I'll change my argument. But my argument will be that I don't think the dad should be arrested. I know. I'm sorry. I'm going to freak a lot of people out for saying that. But I think there's a macro issue at stake that we have to be very concerned of. And I've even heard 2A people say, no, I know what other 2A people are thinking. No, you don't. Anyway, so I will address that. But before we do, again, I want to go to some of our video clips for today, if I can find them. So I'm going to go right to the cut sheet. I want to play some things for you that broke in the news today, or at least are relevant today. First, let's do this. So let's go to, you guys hear about that lady eating that cat. I think that was Gabe's ex. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll talk about this. But welcome to Kamala Harris's America. I want to play this video clip first. So Haitians are in the park grabbing ducks, cutting the heads off, and eating them. This is apparently in Springfield, Illinois, I believe. Listen, I've eaten a duck. Gabe, have you ever eaten a duck? Okay. Yeah, you see, if you haven't eaten a duck, you're not a real man. You should play that clip. What are you gay? All right, so anyway, so Haitians are in the park and they're grabbing ducks and they're cutting off their heads. And listen,
Why are you gay?
I'm not knocking the Haitians whatsoever, but this is kind of a crazy story. And I think it speaks to assimilation. So let's watch it. This is video clip number 12. Por favor, Gabe.
I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun, because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get like a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns and they look for dope and this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for, like, going left to center and, like, a couple miles over. Like, y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive, since the Highway State Patrol knows so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic. They need to, y'all pay them. They can go over there and teach these Haitians how to drive, because it's getting bro, I'm getting thousands of views on these, and it's going to get bigger, and it's only going to get worse. And y'all sitting up there in these chairs, all y'all need to get out here and do something. Y'all making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all need to put on a T-shirt and some Crocs, and then y'all need to come out here in these streets, and y'all need to go out here and I'm out here before the police is. Like, y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all really got to stand on business. Y'all getting paid all this money just to wear a suit and sit in a chair. I think it's crazy, bro. We got to do something, bro. It's kids out here getting hurt. Like, only reason I even went on here and said something about it is because somebody told me they walking from the school and a Haitian almost ran into them. And who is getting paid? Like, how much money is y'all really getting paid, like, to bring them over here? Like,
let's pause this video. I'm seeing this video for the first time. I didn't realize the video was that long. But let me share my thoughts of what's going on. All right. People are experiencing this, obviously, particularly in Democrat strongholds where Democrats want to increase their congressional seating. Make no mistake about it. Some of the New York Democrats, Jerry Nadler, I forget the name of the other woman, they gave up the bag. They want more seats in Congress. They want more power. That's their aim. That's why they're bringing in the illegal immigrants. But what the people that actually, the citizens, the American citizens that live in these communities like Springfield, Illinois, are realizing is that these illegal aliens that are coming in to their territories, if you will, and to their communities are taking their resources. They're seeing stuff that's from third world type countries and situations, people that are completely desperate, and they're seeing this probably for the first time. And they're just like, whoa, it's people not having to assimilate. That's what happens when you have a bunch of people that come to the United States that don't give a flip about our laws, that don't give a flip about assimilation. This is what you're seeing. But people are starting to get fed up in Democrat strongholds, and they don't know what to do. Unfortunately, I believe what they'll end up doing is voting for more Democrats that'll say they'll fix the problem, when truthfully, this problem is trickling down from the Biden-Harris administration. Moving along. Let's go to video clip number 10. This is Alan Dershowitz. Are you guys familiar with Alan Dershowitz? Harvard professor. I think he's retired now, but he was a professor emeritus for quite some time. Harvard law professor, the professor of Senator Ted Cruz and others that have gone through Congress, but just a wonderful expert in law, but a Democrat and a lifelong Democrat. Bill, friends of the Clintons, all this kind of stuff. When he stood up and he decided to fight for Trump as an attorney during some of his impeachment hearings, I mean, the left just completely turned against him. This is a man in Alan Dershowitz. I disagree with many of his politics, but he's seeing the rise in anti-Semitism that is solely within the Democrat Party, particularly the progressive wing of the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party is doing little to nothing about it, and he's fed up. He's had enough. He says, I'm no longer a Democrat. Video clip number 10. Por favor, yeah, bye.
There were no fine people at the debate, at the standing outside of the convention center and screaming, Hamas will win, screaming, we are all Hamas, screaming, there was nothing wrong with October 7th. What's wrong with October 7th? Somebody said. No, there aren't fine people, and they don't make fine points. And so I was disgusted at the Democratic National Convention, absolutely disgusted.
We're speaking with Harvard Law Professor Emeritus Alan Avi Dershowitz. So are you ready to leave the Democratic Party?
Democratic Party. I am no longer a Democrat. I am an independent. I'll decide who to vote for at the last minute based on totality of the circumstances. I want to see how they deal with Iran. I want to see how they deal if Iran attacks the United States. I want to encourage the current administration to support Israel. So I'm not revealing my vote until, maybe November 1st. Great to hear all the information, all the evidence, but I am no longer a member of the Democratic Party.
When did you resign the Democratic